You are listening to Small Business Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives small business owners the straight talk on productivity, time management, business systems, leading your teams, strategic decision-making, and mindset. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the productivity specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to the Small Business Straight Talk podcast. Today is episode 356, the mighty impact of doing a vision board and word of the year. If you're a small business owner who wants to learn effective business strategies, improve time management, and elevate productivity to maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. Today, we're going to be diving into the topic of creating a vision board and choosing a word of the year so that you can keep your goals at the front of your mind, take intentional actions towards achieving them, and ultimately shape your business success in the year ahead. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to take my Next Level Business Owner quiz. In 3 quick, short minutes, you can take a quiz to find out what's most holding you back from taking your business to the next level. Once you find out, you'll receive a curated playlist of specific episodes from the podcast that address those challenges with strategies, methods, actionable takeaways you can implement in your business right away. Head on over to amberdelagarza.com/quiz. Again, that's amberdelagarza.com/quiz. And now, let's get to the straight talk. What if one word and a visual roadmap could change your business success in the year ahead? That's the power of creating a vision board and choosing a word of the year. First, we're going to dive into what a vision board is. A vision board is a collage of images, quotes, and words that represent your goals and aspirations. It can either be a physical vision board, think like a poster board with magazine cutouts, or a digital version board that you make with a graphic design program such as Canva, Pinterest, or PowerPoint. The purpose of a vision board is to act as a daily visual reminder of what you're working towards. Why vision boards work? I'm glad you asked. It engages the subconscious mind through visualization. It boosts motivation and creativity. It helps clarify priorities and direction. And I will say that the act of creating the vision board is also incredibly beneficial, giving yourself the gift of time and space to dig deep and to truly take the time to visualize and get clarity around what your vision of success is. Next, I'm going to dive into steps to create a vision board for your business. And while we're talking about a vision board for your business, you can do a vision board that includes personal, which I do as well, or you can choose to do a vision board for personal and then a vision board for business. There is no right or wrong. Number 1, set intentions. You'll want to take your financial goals into consideration, your revenue, customer growth, marketing, team culture, etc. Also include personal elements like work-life balance, self-care, professional development. Get super clear on your very unique and personal vision of success. And perhaps that's a great exercise to do before exploring creating the vision board, which is taking the time to really define what your own vision of success is. And we have some really helpful resources that can help you get more clarity and do that for you. We have episode 184, Finding Your North Star, Gain Clarity on Your Vision. Episode 214, A Powerful Vision for Your Business and Life. And then episode 308, Vision of Success, Setting Business Goals Worth Achieving in the New Year. We'll be linking to all of those in the show notes, so be sure to head on over to amberdelagarza.com/356. All right, so first and foremost is set intentions for what you want to create with your vision board. Number 2 is gather the material. This could be magazines. You could print images out from the internet. You could have markers, a poster board. You can go source digital images and graphics that you want to use for your digital board. And then you want to have access to tools and programs like Canva and Pinterest. Step number 3 is design your board where all the fun is. It's your board. Make it something you love. It can be a collage that is full and layered, or a collage that is sectioned and organized. It could be colorful. It can have all pictures or some pictures and some words. It can have 3D objects. I want you to really think about anything that inspires you and represents your vision of success. There are no hard and fast rules here. You can create multiple boards if you desire. As I said earlier, one for personal, one for business, one for relationships, one for travel. I even had a client make one for each quarter of the year. Number 4, placement and reflection. So you've created the board, now what? Keep it where you'll see it daily. Your workspace, if it's digital, you can have it as the background on your phone. Get creative with where you're going to see it most often. I personally have mine under a clear desk mat on my desk, and I see it and I work on it every single day. And mine personally is filled with images and lots of words and super, super colorful. And then I want you to regularly reflect on your progress and make updates if needed. I like to add to my board once I have clarity or I find something during the year that inspires me. I add it to the board, and I like to update it if I've accomplished something, if I've achieved something and it's no longer in the future, but it's already what's done, then I may replace it with something next, even if it's not the new year yet. Let this be a fun activity that inspires you. It could be a bit of self-care. You can choose to do it quietly with a glass of wine or early in the morning with a cup of coffee, or you can invite some friends over and do it together. Whatever you decide, enjoy the process. Now we're going to dive into another one of my favorite strategies, choosing a word of the year. A word of the year is a guiding principle, theme, or focus you choose for the year. It's a word that represents your intentions to reach your most important overarching goal in the new year. It could be a word such as growth, focus, connection, innovation, balance, abundance, gratitude, growth, profits, service, ask, aim, delegate, scale, focus, persistent, consistency, network, visibility, or any other word you want to focus on achieving or doing. For example, let's say your word is growth. You could get specific as to what growth looks like in your personal life, in your relationships with yourself, personal development, your family, your community, your business, specifically hiring employees, offering new services, increasing income, taking on more clients. Growth, the word growth could have a through thread and multiple arenas of your life. But what if one word can't represent your intentions and overarching goals? Good news? Just like the vision board, there is no hard and fast rule, but having multiple words divides your attention and focus over multiple goals. So my advice is that you stick to one overarching word or one simple phrase. Your phrase could be something like winning attitude, effective leader, joyful learner. Or like one of my clients, she had a phrase that meant a lot to her family as her husband and 2 kids all play soccer. Her phrase is space and time. It has a meaning in soccer, to her family, and more importantly, it has a meaning to her that accurately describes the focus she wants to achieve in her business and life in the new year. So, what are the benefits for a business owner to create a word or phrase of the year? It keeps you grounded when challenges arise, keeps you focused on what really matters during the season of your life, aligns daily decisions with your long-term goals, inspires a mindset shift, helps shape your business success in the new year ahead. And honestly, so much more. The clarity that comes with creating that word or phrase and seeing that through thread and having that focus, I find to be incredibly helpful. So how do you choose your word? I would ask that you reflect on last year, your successes, challenges, and areas for growth. If you haven't listened yet, I recommend you check out episode 354, Looking Back to Leap Forward in the New Year, where I dive into the framework I encourage my clients to execute every year so that they can reflect on the year and make a solid strategic plan for the next year. Then I want you to narrow it down with key questions, like, what do I want more of this year? What's a recurring theme in my business and/or personal life? What energizes me for the future? You could ask any other questions that also helps provide clarity for yourself. I wanted to share how I use my word of the year. The way that I use my word of the year is I filter every opportunity and project that comes my way or that I dream up against my word, which affects my decision-making. Throughout the years, I have chosen such words of the year as scale, ask, simplify, and health. When ask was my word of the year, I had to stretch myself and go outside my comfort zone quite a bit. If I wanted more help at home, my relationships to look a certain way, better attention to detail from an employee, to work with a particular client, speak on certain stages, be interviewed on particular podcasts, I pushed myself to go for the ask in multiple ways, both personally and professionally. Committing to the word ask as my word of the year basically wrote it in stone mentally. I made the commitment so that I had to do hard things and make the ask numerous times. Your word of the year doesn't have to be something that comes naturally to you. Just like my word ask, it can and maybe even should be something that challenges you to grow and do hard things that pay off in a big way. I've been asked before, can I repeat my word of the year? And my answer is repeat as needed. As business owners, we are always evolving. As such, it makes sense to have a new word of the year. However, if you didn't slay last year's word and think it needs some additional work, or you were so happy with the results of last year's word of the year, you want to see how far you can take it again, feel free to use it again. It's not a matter of having something new. It's a matter of getting the results you want in your business and life by acting from intention. I repeated and chose health as my word of the year for both 2023 and 2024 because I knew I needed to continue to make my health a priority above all else in 2024. What that looked like was changing my diet, working with a functional medicine doctor, learning to understand my own body better, adding supplements, repairing my gut, balancing my hormones, minimizing symptoms from stage 4 endometriosis, sleeping more when my body needed it, slowing down, commitments in my personal and business life, taking more days off, saying no to opportunities that would have brought more stress than joy. Simply put, my health was the central focus and priority when I made the decision with all of my resources, time, money, energy, mental bandwidth. Health was my word of the year. As we close out, I want to talk about how you can keep your word of the year front and center. Your word of the year can easily be lost and forgotten as some simple exercise you did last year. But that is actually not helpful at all. So here are some fun ways to keep your word front and center so that you can laser focus on achieving it. Put it on a prominent place on your vision board. Write it on a rock. Have something created to hang on your wall. Save it as a screensaver. Have a piece of jewelry made, a bracelet, a necklace. Write it on your mirror. Announce it to your friends, community, colleagues, or mastermind for external accountability. Or during our recent VIP business planning event that I hosted in Las Vegas, we did this exercise of word or phrase of the year. And I surprised them with Scrabble tiles and Scrabble tile holders that they were able to create their word or phrase of the year and then have it on their desk when they get back to the office. I'll be sharing those images on my Instagram, so you do not want to miss that because it was such a fun exercise. Head on over to Amber_De La Garza on Instagram. If you don't already follow me, I would love to connect. And check out this inspiring project that we did together for the word of the year. And I want to wrap up today's episode with a specific call to action to start your vision journey today. Create a vision board that visually represents your goals. Reflect, choose your word of the year, and add it to your vision board. Use both as a daily reminder to make decisions and take actions in alignment with your vision for your business and life. The most successful businesses are built on clarity and vision. I encourage you to use the vision board and word of the year strategies we discussed today to get clarity on your vision and keep it front of mind so that you can take intentional actions towards achieving it. I have loved having you listen to this episode of the Small Business Straight Talk podcast, and I sure hope you found it inspiring, valuable, and encouraging to take action. I need to be straight with you. No change, no change. Without taking action, nothing will change for you or your business. So I hope you take action and enjoy these exercises. If you want coaching and accountability in the new year to consistently take action and execute on your vision of success, then we should talk. To learn more about my one-on-one peak performance coaching program and to schedule a discovery call, head on over to amberdelagarza.com/coaching. And if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss another episode. So that's my straight talk for today. Until next time, have a productive week.